on Kenya. So Kenya is a country on East Africa. So quick facts is a population of 49 million. Area it covers is 224,000 square miles, so roughly the size of Texas, the state of Texas. Official languages we speak is English and Swahili. Capital city is Nairobi. The climate is tropical, and when I mean by tropical, Kenya sits on the equator, so it has only 2 seasons, rainy season and dry season. So you can think of the climate in Ecuador or Colombia. That's pretty much our climate. Our currency is Kenya shillings, so equivalent, $1 is equivalent to 100 Kenya shillings. So about Kenya, we have around 42 ethnic communities. So those are tribes that live in Kenya. The Maasai are the common known tribe. I guess you've seen them, the guys there jumping with their bright shukas. The red, it's a blanket, but it's called a shuka, and that's what they usually wear. You'll see most of them in a lot of our marketing, because they jump and they sing and they have these colorful beadwork and stuff like that. Nairobi, as a capital city, is the only city with a game park inside the city. So if you happen to have a stop by in Nairobi, maybe a 48-hour stop layover, you can actually do a game drive in the capital city, which is pretty cool. We have the big 5, which is the lion, the elephant, the leopard, the rhinoceros, and the buffalo. And something that's really common when people come to do the safari is a wildebeest migration. This usually happens between July and August in the rainy season. So there's a huge migration of wildebeests, like 2 million of them, coming from the Serengeti in Tanzania, coming to Masai Mara in Kenya. And a lot of people come in just to see that whole migration because it's a large number of animals and they have to pass through lots of rivers with crocodiles. So if you've seen those Nat Geo documentaries of like animals passing through and a crocodile kind of, survival for the fittest kind of thing, that's usually the wildebeest migration. Another cool fact is M-Pesa. M-Pesa is the first mobile money transfer service. M-Pesa is M for mobile, and Pesa is money in Swahili. So the cool thing about it is it was a project that a company started. That's a really small time project about distribution of money to their clients, because at that time in 2000, 2001, there was not so many banks in the rural areas in Kenya. So what started as a project has now moved into pretty much a business. And I guess now a lot of you have like Apple, Venmo, and eBay. So we've gone from a cash currency, jump to the credit card, to mobile money transfer kind of thing. So if you land in Kenya, pretty much everyone just uses their phone to do transactions. You don't really necessarily need a bank account because your phone is your account, is your line, is everything in it. So that's the cool part about M-Pesa. There are a lot of companies that have come to Kenya, like IBM Research, Google, because of the innovations that the locals have started just to enable people with their phones. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a smartphone. It can actually be the old handsets, the Nokia 3310s. They're really, and it's just basic SMSs that work well, and it helps us. So similarities with our cultures, well, like I said, the area is really pretty much the same size as Texas, as you can see. So we're on the east side of Africa. Our neighbors are Somalia, Ethiopia, South Sudan, Uganda, and Tanzania, and the Indian Ocean, beautiful beaches that are there. So similarities between the two cultures, nyama choma, which is pretty much direct translation, meat burn. It's the meat nyama and the choma is a burning. So it's barbecue kind of style of eating. We love that. Kachumbari is your salsa that you have, so your tomatoes, your cilantros, and your onions mixed up. So we love to eat our meats with a salsa. We have a lot of farming and ranching. We export a lot of horticulture and roses to Europe. We are the third biggest exporters of cut roses to the European Union. So after Colombia and Ecuador, we come number 3. So soon to come to America. Yeah. And ranching, what I mean by ranching is we have a lot of cattle and goats and cows and sheep. Music and dancing, we love our music and we love to dance. That's pretty much the whole of Africa. And the famous people you know, Lupita Nyong'o is Mexican and Kenyan, and her dad is actually governor in Kisumu City in Kenya. And Barack Obama, who we say we gave him jail. Yes, his family is still in Kisumu. Yeah, and he still comes over sometimes. His sister actually opened up a children's orphanage, like a education fund area in where the grandmother stays, and he came over a while back. Yeah, so that's about Kenya for you. If you want to visit, they've actually started a direct flight from JFK to Nairobi. It's 15 hours, but it's under $800. Yeah, so karibuni.